But we're getting ready to actually go into this year's, which is this Sunday, Backlash, and there's a bunch of matches set up for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on. I know that, I guess AJ will face Nakamura.
Yeah, I think it's actually, it was made no DQ. Paige did that on SmackDown.
Because of the constant ball hits.
Yeah, Nakamura is just constantly low-blowing AJ Styles, which Nakamura right now is so awesome and so fun as a heel.
I'm really happy because I feel like, I'm not saying he was getting stale, but I do think that you got to change sometimes.
Yeah.
And I really like it. Because he's got the greatest charisma in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool to just see him completely just 180 flop what he's doing.
Yeah, and I think he's enjoying himself a lot more too, honestly. You can see it in his movements. I mean, and also at this event we're going to get, and now that the pay-per-views are kind of mixing together, we've got SmackDown and Raw.
Which is a good thing, in my opinion.
I believe so too. We got the Intercontinental title, Seth Rollins versus The Miz.
Which will be fantastic. And honestly, that may be... I know everybody's going to automatically give it to AJ and Knock, which I was kind of let down with their match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't want to be too judgmental, but they haven't been what they were. Well, they haven't been what they were in New Japan.
Yeah,
let's just say that.
It's been real weird. And The Miz, in my opinion, I flip on The Miz a lot, but his entire reign as Intercontinental Champion leading up to even right now, the dude's promos are second to... He may be the best promo in WWE right now.
It's hard to honestly say he isn't.
He has so much passion and fire. He doesn't feel like a guy that just stelled out and was like, oh, I'm a mid-carder.
Yeah.
He's
constantly working his gimmick. He's constantly... trying to improve himself. You can't hate on The Miz at all. I mean, this is a guy that came from the real world saying he was going to be a pro wrestler with the name The Miz and actually did it.
And got over on it.
And has gotten over numerous times. And like you said, I flip-flopped on him a lot. Currently, he's amazing.
Yeah,
and honestly, I don't even know if I'm not going for The Miz in this.
Yeah, I do love Seth Rollins.
I love Seth too.
I love the IC title on The Miz. It gives him a fire to him that he just doesn't... It seems like he's missing.
I think so. He's one of those guys, and I really think this from back in the day. In the 90s, if I seen Jeff Jarrett, I felt like he had to have a title on his waist. If I seen Triple H, I felt like he had to have a title on his waist.
Yeah.
Shane Douglas in ECW had to have a title on his waist. And I kind of feel like that with The Miz with the IC title now. Yeah. It just feels right.
It does. I agree 100%. And ultimately what I hope happens, this is a little fantasy looking, but what I hope happens is The Miz... I would like to see The Miz win the Intercontinental Championship because I want Rollins, to me, is maybe the best guy there. Legitimately. I know I just said that about The Miz, but Seth Rollins legitimately... is probably the most talented dude there. He needs to be in a world title picture. Have The Miz with the Intercontinental Championship, and I want that final payoff from the Miz-Bryan beef that's been kind of building for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, they need to get that going. I thought that we would already maybe have that, but they kind of got at another match that's happening on this card, Big Cass versus Daniel Bryan. They kind of got Daniel Bryan mixed in with Big Cass right now, which I see what they're trying to do. Big Cass has come back and he's a heel. And they're trying to get Daniel Bryan to push him to the next level, which he very well may, but at the same time, it's not what I want to see. Yeah. So, but I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about Big Cass?
I like Cass. I think that what really won me over on Cass is after they debuted, Enzo got that concussion, and so they were like, well, I guess we'll test him as a singles guy. And he blew me away.
That's true. He did do pretty good then.
Because it was a sink or swim thing. Now, I know that, and I've read online, I haven't seen it yet, but I know that apparently people said his promo was terrible on Thursday, or on Tuesday.
Okay, I didn't see SmackDown Tuesday.
But I think Big Cass, I think his ceiling is higher than almost anybody. I can see money on that guy, I guess, pinning certain situations.
Yeah.
But I even thought his promos were fine back in that time. But it was short and simple. It's what they need to do with a bunch of guys. I'm Big Cass. I'm going to beat you up. Leave. Like it wasn't a big monologue.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't necessarily want to see Daniel Bryan in that feud, but I see what they're doing and what they're trying to do for Big Cass. So, we'll see what happens. Another match that's going to be coming up is going to be for the U.S. title. We got Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. And that's on the SmackDown brand.
That'll be interesting. I don't mind Jeff being U.S. champion. I guess, honestly, ultimately, probably WWE just giving him a little bit of a, hey.
I've been waiting for him to put it on Jeff. Well, not necessarily that title, but put a rocket on Jeff. Yeah. Because they tend to gravitate towards Jeff Hardy's popularity with the fans.
Well, and even think about it. When he came back in 2010, this dude beat Hunter for the world title.
Yeah, and I think it was in 2009, but the feud with CM Punk is one of my favorite feuds of all time.
Dude, I love that. I love my favorite part of that was when Punk came out dressed as Jeff Hardy.
I did too, and they literally thought it was Jeff Hardy
Yeah.
because they had the paint on and the similar with the body. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeff Hardy is the U.S. champion currently. It feels weird, and it made him a Grand Slam champion.
It did,
That's
which is weird to think that Jeff Hardy is in the group that some of the guys that are in there.
Yeah.
Not that he's not talented, but he's a weird one.
And he's a guy that, within the last 2 months got a DUI. So, I mean, I don't know. Jeff Hardy's a guy that they never really get away from no matter what his problems are. Moving to some women, we got the women's Raw's title. Nia Jax is going to be facing Bliss.
And I love Alexa.
Alexa Bliss, yeah.
She is somebody who I didn't hate because I didn't really know much about her. But, man, just her... I don't know. It works.
She's really good on the mic.
She is,
Alexa Bliss can talk, which is really awesome.
She is. She's...
and she kind of, like, any feud she gets into, she just, like, antagonizes, and it kind of gets you invested a little bit.
She's a schoolboy, essentially.
She really is, yeah.
She really is.
Yeah.
She's a mean girl.
Mm-hmm. She really is. And I think her and Nia Jax will probably... Honestly, their feud's been good. And like we were saying on another video, Nia Jax is just improving all the time. And I'm kind of glad she's the champ. On the SmackDown side of things, you have Carmella actually facing Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, and I'm pretty excited about that because I think Charlotte is... I've said it 100 times, but dude, it's crazy to praise someone who's always been at the top, but her improvement since starting...
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Lodi, because he trained her.
Yeah,
he obviously knows what the heck he's doing.
I mean, she hasn't been wrestling 5 years,
dude,
right? But she is really good right now and is hitting a stride.
She's at that level that most guys who are 12, 13 years in hit that decade mark, and like she's
ahead of her game, and you can see it's in her blood. Yeah. You really can.
Not in David's.
No, not in David Flair's blood. It all went to Charlotte. Apparently, Reed was good. Reed was good. I can't hate on Reed.
Yeah.
But Carmella has improved so much as well.
She absolutely has.
In another video, we were talking about the the women wrestlers. But Carmella is just night and day as well. She's come so far, and being the first ever Money in the Bank champion. That's huge.
That is.
And she cashed in and won it. So, I mean...
It's crazy to me that they went with her. I think it shows a good direction of the women because if that was a men's Money in the Bank, the men wrestling is so telegraphed.
Right.
Granted, we've all been fooled for the past 2 times because I was like, there's no way Roman's not winning at WrestleMania. And then he does, and I was like, oh, they're saving it for Greatest Royal Rumble. And then he loses again, even though he technically won. But anyway, it's a whole weird thing, but it's cool that they're investing in someone who maybe isn't on the top. It's kind of like back in the day. When Shawn won the Rumble, he wasn't a main eventer yet. They were like, we're going to give you a shot.
Giving him a chance.
That's kind of what it feels like with Carmella.
Yeah, Carmella's kind of ran with it. And she did a lot of really good stuff with James Ellsworth as well. Honestly, I kind of wish they wouldn't have let him go and let that play out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
dude, they missed a big opportunity with Ellsworth. We'll make a whole nother video about that, but... They missed the boat with Ellsworth a little bit. But, yeah, Carmella, man, her talking is solid. It's not as cringy as a lot of people.
Yeah.
Her in-ring work has definitely stepped up. And I think Charlotte can be the person. I'm sure she'll cheat to beat Charlotte, and that's fine. Because that's what heels do. People hate that for
She's
some
a really good
That's
heel.
what heels do.
Carmella's really good.
But I think Charlotte can kind of be that person that really, Charlotte, can be the person to really put her into the next realm, just facing her, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just being in the ring with someone like Charlotte, who is, come so far in such a little period of time, I think it's going to be really good for Carmella in the long run.
Charlotte is the women's division of Shawn. Remember they used to always say Shawn could wrestle a broom and make it look good.
Right.
Charlotte can wrestle anything.
Yeah, and they said that about her dad, Flair.
Yeah,
so
man, he's the best.
Like I said, you can see it in her blood.
Yeah.
Like it's in there. Another match coming up on Backlash Sunday is going to be Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns.
I think that will be awesome because Joe... Well, here's the thing. Roman... Everybody hates Roman, and I know that we go back and forth on it, or not back and forth. Most people are just hating. But really and truly, Roman does what he does. He's a brawler. That works with Samoa Joe.
They work pretty well together. So.
I think that's going to be awesome. And I'm not even saying that Joe's necessarily going to 100% carry it, although... But... I think that those guys are going to work great together. They do work great together.
Yeah, they've had some good stuff in the past. And I kind of like the story with where Roman can't get the title off Brock, and then Joe's just coming back from an injury, and he's basically like, you know, what are you doing out here? And I'm going to take you in the ring and I'm going to show you what's up. And hopefully Joe will beat him and advance on to, you know, end up facing Brock again. The match last year was so fun.
I want to see that.
I don't see that happening, but it should still be a really good match.
It'll be Roman versus Brock, where it'll be.
I mean, technically that's the
volume 75.
That's the Raw main event of Backlash.
Yeah,
unless you count the women's title. But I would say probably Joe and Roman are going to be technically that side of it. But the whole event looks really good. We're getting ready to, you know, get another edition of Backlash, and I hope the pay-per-view sticks around. I hope they don't change the name and get all weird with it again.
Yeah, I hope so too. I don't like a lot of the pay-per-view names. What was the pay-per-view that they did with the oh my god, well, it doesn't matter. They've had some terrible pay-per-view
names. They've had some really bad names.
Well, Great Balls of Fire is one.
That was maybe the worst.
That was probably Vince in the back saying, I'm going to make this work. Because I can.
He probably had that idea, and I don't know. Honestly, probably there wasn't any backlash. I'm sure he's just surrounded by yes men, but he made it work. He didn't make it work particularly because they got so much hate. But I mean, hell, it doesn't matter either. He can do what he wants.
He can.
But yeah, like Backlash being an awesome name. I don't know. Back in the 90s when that was created in 1999, it seemed like they just had better names in general.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm sure a lot of that is nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I hate to think that.
That's true too.
You know.
That's true too. Probably a kid today watching this and be Backlash. But yeah, Backlash is going to be fun.
I think it's going to be awesome. So we are going to end the video there. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think. What's going to happen, or not necessarily what's going to happen at Backlash, although you can leave that too, but let us know your thoughts on it. How Backlash has grown.
Yeah, predictions.
And stuff like that, let us know. But thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you guys in the next one.